Hey everybody, soybean farmer. You probably figured out by now I'm sharpening blades to mow grass with. And I've let them get in pretty bad shape. There's 5 of them. I'm going to show you a tool now that you better get if you're going to sharpen blades. This thing right here is called a stone dresser. And what it does, I've been working on sharpening blades here, and now there's a bunch of metal flakes that are actually in that stone, and it's reduced the effectiveness of the stone. This wonderful tool right here will actually take those out. Watch what happens. Alright, when you were watching what this tool does, I'm going to warn you about this thing. First you saw some sparks coming off. That was this tool getting that metal out of that rock. And I did it long enough until there were no more sparks. That meant I got all the metal out of the rock, so now the rock can go back to really cutting. But I'm going to warn you about this thing. Do not put any force against the rock. Gently let it come in contact with the rock. And these things right here, they roll, and all you want to do is get these rolling. Very, very gentle contact with the rock. Now let me tell you what happens if you just jam it in there. The rock explodes, you get killed, the person in the next room gets killed, and the first responders on the scene, they have bad nightmares for about the next 2 weeks over what they actually witnessed when they got there. So lightly touch the rock with the stone dresser and avoid all that. That's my estate mower. It's a Caroni, and that thing will mow a path 91 inches wide, and it mows really good. It uses 5 22-inch blades, and when they're sharp, it mows good as a lawnmower. Yeah, I'm glad I bought that thing. A lot of grass waterways around here. I like to keep them mowed. Makes a place pretty. I'll show you something, a couple of comments about this other project out here. Right there. Let's see if I can get the camera a little focus. Yeah, there we go. Shoe or sweep or whatever you call the thing. And then a new one. You can kind of see from that that was wore out. That's why that seedbed finisher was not doing a very good job. But it improved that field drastically for Cousin to plant in. Y'all saw that video where he was out there with that planter that he drug home out of the, I think he said junkyard. Anyhow, he fixed it. He made it work. We'll find out. Let's see, he planted that Friday night out there late and then finished it up Saturday morning. Today's Sunday. I'm guessing we're going to start seeing things pop up out there by next Friday. I'm sure going to go out there and look. I know Cousin will be out there looking. That's his beans. He planted them. He's going to grow them. And he's telling me with that combine he bought, he's going to harvest them, cut them. It's awesome having him back farming here. I love it. Probably have some wind noise in this because I walked out here. This is still sitting up here. The blocks didn't bust. The 5x5 posts that I got wedged in up the front, they didn't bust. Full weight of that thing is sitting on it because you know how hydraulics leak down on a tractor that ain't been running. And that ain't been running, so, but anyhow, it's still there. Went up to Agri Supply Saturday morning and got enough sweeps to finish it and do 100% replace on it. And then I got to messing with these. That's real nice, no noise. That's real nice, no noise. But dag nabbit. That bearing right there is messed up. In fact, it bites right in that spot right there. And see, it don't spin free. It binds up. So, I've got bearings on the shelf, and I dread that because that's one of them inside ones. But anyhow, I'm going to fix it so that this tool's ready to go. But I'm not working on that right now. Thought I'd tell y'all a little bit about my jig here that I use to sharpen blades with. Get you down here where you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. What you had here was a toolbar up under here. I'll show you the one on the other side. And I took this, which is called a bevel square. It lets you find an angle on something, and then you lock that down like that, and you get an angle that you're looking for. And I went and got me a piece off of a shipping pallet that was white oak, and by holding a brand new blade up against that stone with the edge that was already cut on that brand new blade fully meeting the stone, I took the bevel square and slid it up in here like that and found out what angle I needed for that to create a proper work stop, and then I just took that and cut that on my table saw and bolted it onto the tool rest. That blade, I'm about halfway through working on it to get the edge back on it down here like I want. But look at it, you don't see any bluing on it because I'm not getting in a hurry with it, taking my time with it. That way you don't overheat it. But that's what I wanted to show you. Now that, like I said, I'm about half done on that one before I get it back to where it has a good edge on it. What I'm going to show you here is a blade that I haven't even started sharpening yet, but see, they're still in real good shape. There's no serious nicks in them. I don't run this thing any closer than 4.5 inches to the ground, and when I'm cutting that big giant meta strip, I actually pick it up taller than that. Try to mow that up about 8 inches, so if we get a drought, that fescue can stand it. But see, there's no serious nicks in it. But I like this little thing. That's called a cone balancer. See how that well, it catches when I shake it. But it's two pieces like that, and the cone is got different settings on it for different size blades. I've had this thing forever. Now I'll show you what you do with it. Okay, I'm over here on top of the chemical cabinet, because it puts it up at about eye level for me, and with the blade sitting there on it, I can stand here and look at it and realize that it's balanced. And the trick is, if you count strokes, say you sharpen that 10 strokes, sharpen the other side 10 strokes, and you go back and forth like that until you get it sharp like you want it, and that'll keep you fairly balanced. Now if you come over here to the balancer and find out it's leaning real bad one way, the side that's low is heavy, so go and take a few strokes off that side to get it right. But that's real important. Out of balance blade, you'll destroy the bearings on the spindle that it's running on, so be sure and get you some method put together to balance your blades. Anyhow, I'm tired. I think I'm going to call it a night. Everybody, thanks a bunch for watching my videos. It's been Soybean Farmer. Bye, y'all.